Okay, guys. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a simple concept here. So I have two web servers. One is web server 1, the other one is web server 2. Let's say I want to log into this web server 1 and then say, let me mute everyone. Okay. So let's go to EC2 dashboard. These are the running instances. And hey, did you guys see that? My previously terminated instance is gone here from the view. Okay. So this is good. Okay. So now this is my web server 1 running. What I wanted to do is, okay, this is but don't get scared. Okay, less command is what I use to look at the content, and you can use cat also. This is how it looks. Welcome to Amazon is what it looks, right? So what I will do is, this my HTML pages are my code, right? So what I will do is, so this web server 1, I made it rock solid, meaning I tested on this web server 1. I uploaded all of my index strategy. I uploaded all of my HTML pages, CSS files, images, everything. This is my real good. I'll call this as a gold copy of my web server. Okay, so let's change this. I'm changing it to, this is my gold copy. This is my gold copy of web server. This is my gold copy. After back and forth testing with the testing team and fixed various defects, all of them are done on the single machine. It's good. Now I know one web server is not going to be enough to withstand my load. So I need several EC2 instances along with the web servers. So I do not want to launch all these EC2 instances one by one and then go into it and then install Apache, or even I don't want to use my user data to run it. Okay. Because after using the user data, after using my Bootstrap script, I happen to have changed several more, and then all of that in a solid state. Okay, I applied various patches, bug fixes, everything in a golden state right now. What I want to do is I want to take an image of it. It's like a picture image, right? I want to take this snapshot of this particular machine and put it aside. And I will call this is my gold web server, golden copy of web server. And then from here onwards, if any web server, let's say I want to spin up 1,000 instances, I will be able to spin 1,000 instances from that golden copy all at once, pretty much. Does it make sense? What I will do is, I'll take this web server 1 and I'll take the image. Let's go to actions, go to image, and then I'll take the create image. So I'll give the image name. I'll call it my gold web server. Okay, I'll give the same description. And this is what I wanted to take it. My 8 gig, SSD, general purpose SSD. My hard disk is what I wanted to take it. And let's go ahead and create an image. My image has been created. So here, look at it here, images. Under images, you see this one called AMIs, Amazon Machine Image. That's what AMI stands for. Go to AMI and you will see this instance your image getting created. So what it does is it will take the hard disk attached to your EC2 instance and take a snapshot of that completely, along with your operating system, your Apache, and whatever your index.html, all the changes, your golden copy with all the bug fixes, and it will put it here as a snapshot. Okay, once this is ready, now from this Amazon machine image, now you can go spin as many instances as possible. And you don't have to worry about user data. You don't have to worry about anything. Your code comes automatically. Everything will come because you are creating a brand new instance from the machine image. So we'll wait for this guy to be finished. It takes a minute. And then go to EC2 dashboard. Once this is finished, right, you can select and then go to actions and then you can launch it. Or you can go to EC2 dashboard, running instances. You can launch a new instance, click on it. And then see, this is what we have been using it, guys, right? All along we have been using it. Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Again, AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image we just learned. So this is the AMI that we have been using it. So all along we have been using AMI also without knowing. So, but that's an empty AMI. It doesn't have anything. It just has operating system. That's all. But let's go to my AMIs. Okay, my AMIs. I don't have any AMIs created at this point because mine is getting created. You can go to AWS Marketplace. Let's say you want to build some WordPress site. Okay, so there are some Amazon machine images, smart people like you guys. They created a small EC2 instance and they installed PHP on it. They installed MySQL on it. They installed WordPress on it. They did everything. And then they took a copy of it. They created an image and they put it out there as an app store. Marketplace is nothing but your app store, AWS app store. You can go, you can take that instance. You don't have to do all the work because they did it already. Using that, you can create a new instance. Image is nothing but your snapshot data. Using that, it will take you can take a copy of that and then attach to your EC2 instance. You can create a brand new instance. And then everything will come automatically to you. And there are some free AMIs, there are paid AMIs, all sort of it. AMI is like it has its own marketplace essentially. Let's go back to my AMI. There you go. My AMI, it's ready. My gold web server AMI that I just created is ready. I created this AMI just now, right? So this is my gold web server. This one has my golden gold code with all the bug fixes, everything. I mean, in this example, I have my index.html, change it to this is my gold copy. That's all, right? So I will select this guy. And that's all. Whatever comes with that, it will be applied. Okay, where do you want to put it? Well, I want to put it in T2 Micro. Sure. What are your network and other details? User data, you don't have to give anything because your hard disk brings it. Your image brings everything. You don't need to give anything. Add storage. Add storage 8 gig is fine. It will copy it. It will copy. What it does now is once it is 8 gig storage is attached, it will copy the AMI data into your 8 gig storage, and then it will give you EC2. Click on tags. I don't care. Maybe I do care. I'll say image from gold web server. Or I can not image actually, right? Instance from gold web server. Gold web server image, I can call it. Doesn't matter. So web servers, yep. 80 is open to everybody. Port 22 is open also to everybody. Go ahead and launch it. My first key pair is fine. Launch instance. Wonderful. View instances. Okay. I'm picking up my image now. everything that's out there. So what I did is from web server 1, I created an image. From that image, I created this one. Now, whatever is there in web server 1, you will see that coming into this one. Okay. So the only thing is your Apache will not be up and running. You will have to do that. Probably that one you can put it in your user data. Let's go ahead and connect to this new EC2 instance that got created from your gold image. I'm logged in. Let's go to HTML index.html. Take a look at this, guys. This is my gold copy of web server. Hey, I changed actually here in my web server. How did I get here automatically without me having to do anything? Because I created an image from web server 1 and created an Amazon machine image, AMI. And from AMI, I spun up a new instance, and that's what this one is. So as is, hard disk will come along with that, and that is why I got this one. This is my gold copy of web server. Make sense? Now, let's make sure my web server is running. I don't think so. Yep, it's not running. Service HTTPD start. I'll do a sudo. Oh, already I was actually, logged in as root itself, but okay. That's it. Now I can take this guy. I can use my public DNS name, or I can use my public IP. Wanted to show you the public IP. This is my gold copy of web server. Beautiful. That's it. You can do this. It's it's that simple. Now, let's go ahead and terminate all these instances. Let's go ahead and terminate all these instances. Now, go to your AMIs. You have your gold copy. Only keep this one. You don't need anything now. You have your gold copy of your web server that's thoroughly tested, bug fixes taken care, everything is solid. Go to actions. Now you can launch from here itself, or you can go to EC2 dashboard and do it, but I'll show you this way. Actions, launch, to micro. How many instances do you want to do it? Well, let's do 5. Okay, I want to kick off 5 web servers now. And here, probably, the only thing I want to do it is, let's make sure that the only thing I want, I don't need to do any of that, M update or anything, because it's all coming from there. But all I want to do is probably, I'll do a service HTTPD start. That's all I want to do. And I can even do check config if I like, meaning when I reboot, make sure my Apache is on.
The service HTTP start is already there in the previous script, right? Why we need to add again?
So your script was not there in web server 1. No, it was not there. In my web server 1 was manual. I took my golden copy from my web server 1. Okay. So, because earlier I realized that when I created it, I had to go start my HTTPD, right? I don't want to do it. I want to kick off all my 5 all at once, and I want to, start my Apaches from my golden copy. The source code is coming from a single Amazon machine image. Make sense, guys? And this is one way to kind of scale it. Later on, we will see auto scaling group. So later on, we will see auto scaling group, and we will see, lot more ideas there. But this is one of the simpler way.
Can we edit the existing image copy?
Can we edit an existing image copy? Edit meaning, first of all, you have to attach, right? So it's in a raw data format. Let me mute you. So to answer your question, right? Can I edit an image copy? So image copy is in the raw format, raw bytes format on a hard disk. You have to attach to an EC2 instance. Okay. Go ahead and edit it, like however you like it. And then take another. If you edit it, it will only be editing on that EC2 instance, but your original image is not edited. So you take a brand new image of it and then use it. Does it make sense?
Yeah, we can create as many images we want. But yeah,
Absolutely.
my question was like existing image we cannot edit. Yeah.
So that's where my answer is, right? Existing image is there in a raw format like your hard disk, right? You have it in there. So first of all, to get there, you need to attach to an EC2 instance. Okay, but after you attach it, no, you can't, because this is you're taking a copy of it. You're taking every single time you create an image, a snapshot data at that point in time will be copied over. Actually, behind the scenes, it stores in S3, but let's not worry about it for now, since we don't know about S3. Anyway, so yes, every single time you'll only get the copy. If you want to edit it, attach to an EC2 instance, change it however you like, and create a new AMI.
So one quick question, sorry. So let's say you saved an image, AMI. So and after that, there are any updates. So how do you want to push those updates to all the instances, the duplicate instances you are creating?
You cannot do it through AMIs, because AMI is a snapshot data, right? So with golden copy, let's say you spun up 100 instances. After that, a defect fix has been changed. Sorry, a defect has been identified. Defect has been fixed. Okay, so couple of options. So you have to take it in your regular DevOps pipeline. Okay, so meaning using one of the DevOps techniques, log into each machine and then pretty much update the code. Like how you deploy your code, you will have to do that, because it's not in the golden copy anymore. Or create a new golden copy.
Software updates also?
Can you say that again?
I mean, do we have to do the same process for software updates?
We have to do the same
like
thing.
Just say if you want to upgrade the Apache server in all of the instances.
Yep. So I'll tell you. That's a very good question, actually. So Apache, he wants to change from Apache, let's say minor version or major version. He wants to change it from 2.7 to 2.8, right? How can I do it in all the 100 instances? Well, create a new image. First, always do this on a single machine, right, Revant and everybody? So we know that's a best practice. That's where you want to do it. Do it on a single machine. Make sure that single machine is rock solid. Apply all the patches, and solid test it. Okay. After that, take an image out of it. Now what you do is you have your 100 instances running there, and now you actually spin a new 100 instances with the same code but new Apache, new 100 instances. I'm giving you an idea here. So now you have your 100 instances running with the old Apache, and you have another 100 instances running in a new Apache, and your front door, right? There is an application load balancer or your DNS. Just yank off the previous 100 and just turn the route to the new 100 instances, and then terminate the old ones. That's the best way to do it. This concept, whatever I told you, is in continuous delivery. There is a concept called blue-green deployment. That is what they use it. It's mentioned in continuous delivery book. So go read about it. It's called blue-green deployment. It's one of the popular. Model. So essentially, this is exactly what it's saying. See this? So your blue 100 instances.
Do they follow the same process for big servers also? Because for our test server, we just have single index file, so it may not be big. So it's pretty quick. So let's say an enterprise wide, they have big content, right? It's huge. So does it take the same time, or does it gonna take a lot?
So to answer your question, we have practically big enterprise that I worked for. We had 100 servers here. Okay, we have a copy of this 100 servers here, blue and green, pretty much pod 1 and pod 2. 2 pods of servers will be there all the time. Okay, so this is your old code. Let's say this is your new code now. So you deploy your new code to this one, thoroughly test it, make sure everything is good. This is exactly how Amazon deploys. This is exactly how Facebook deploys. This is exactly how Google deploys right now. The reason we don't see any downtime whatsoever, even though they deploy their code, 20 times a day. The reason is that, so this is the old code, this is the new code, right? All you do is a simple switch at the DNS level, saying, you have something called API gateway or some DNS switch, Route 53. You have your network switch here. So all you do is just switch that. See this one, in this example, he gave a demo time.example.com. Earlier it was pointed to this pod of servers. Now you just switch to this one. Is it common to the enterprise to do it at that big scale? Absolutely. And this is not only the common practice, Raymond, this is the recommended one. So that your deployments are just a breeze. You don't need 4 hours of downtime anytime. What you are in the worst case, you're paying for the additional 100 servers, right? Okay, and you can always, once the green is fully production, you can terminate all of this one. Does it make sense? In your next cycle again, take an image from this one, create another 100, and then in the next cycle, this is where your new code is, this is where your old code is, and do a simple DNS switch. Your code will be deployed just, with a blip network switch without having any downtime. As architects, you have to have that in your tool set. Did I answer your question?
Yep, makes sense now.
Yep, and go read about, all of you must, read about this blue-green deployment. It's, I know, it's nothing to do with AWS, nothing to do with any of the concepts we are talking about, but I wanted to give you that, I don't, as you guys know, it's not only just for the AWS preparation. It's a cloud architecture is our mantra.
Hey, Venkat, I have a quick question now. So, where does it store all these snapshots, and
S3?
Any cost incur for all these instances that
Absolutely. This AMIs, these are all the snapshots. This is where, I know I have only one, but yes, there is a cost to it. And these guys are all stored in something called S3, Amazon S3 Simple Storage Service. We'll talk about it probably a week from now. So there is cost involved. Absolutely. So see that? I was able to spin up five web servers. Go here and let's see if it's running. Yeah, gold copy of web server. But everyone says the same thing. Everyone, let's say I use public IP. Everyone will say the same thing. Gold copy of web server. This is my gold copy because it's the same code is running. That's exactly what you wanted it to be. Then that's exactly what you wanted to achieve anyway. From Amazon Machine Image, you spun up 5 EC2 instances just like that. And do you think this is the power? This is the power of it? You just wait and see. No, this is not it. It's just we just scratch the surface. There are a lot more to it. It's you don't have to do anything. There's a concept called auto scaling group. Once it realizes that CPU utilization goes above 80%, it will kick off a CloudWatch alarm, and upon that, it immediately terminate the instance, create the new instance, and put it into the pool. So it's beautiful. And that's not even that. That's not even, that's kind of faster, previous generation. It's a new generation is completely serverless. We'll talk about that weeks down the line. So no worries. I think it's a good spot. I'll leave it at that. What we will do is in the next class, first 30 minutes, I was hoping to achieve that today, but understand it's a stretch. It's not a good idea. So once we have these 5 instances, right, we will put a front door for all of these guys. There's something else called load balancer. We'll understand the concept of load balancer, and then how load balancer takes the request and then in a round robin fashion gives request or forwards request to all of these, 5 backend servers. How does it do it? What's a load balancer? There are 3 kinds of load balancers there, application load balancer, network load balancer. We'll talk about all of that in the next class. That's where we'll start. And then we'll talk about something called auto scaling group. What exactly is an auto scaling group? Yes. When things go south, I want my auto scaling group to kick in and create the brand new instances and add it to the load balancer pool. We'll talk about all of that in the next class. Make sense? Any questions? Does it make sense, everybody?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I think let me stop the recording. Can leave it at that.